I'm David Londoño. I'm the CEO of Mineros SA, company that is based in Colombia. I've been with the company for the last 5 months. I'm originally from Colombia, although I spent 33 years in the United States working in mining, and the last 15 years working in gold mining.
Only 5 months, it seems longer. Good to see you. So we're here obviously in Colorado Springs, big room filled with investors. What are you here to get out of this, and what are you hearing so far?
So what we had so far is we had a lot of meetings. We're seeing a lot of interest in the company. The company have seen a good increase in share price in the last couple months. So people are starting to notice
Yeah.
that we're for real, and that we have very good financials,
Yeah.
and that we are delivering on our commitments.
Okay, well, let's look at that kind of corporate in terms of that balance sheet, in terms of the setup and the structure before getting into the assets. So what do we need to know about the kind of financial strength of the company today?
So far, we're doing record revenues, and obviously the price of gold helps a lot. But also because we're delivering on our production, we have record earnings per share. We have record adjusted EBITDA, and we have over $100 million in the bank at this moment.
That gives you options.
That's going to give us options, and then again, the interest has been great here at this conference, and last week also at the Beaver Creek conference.
You're quite attractive for acquisition just on the cash balance alone, I suspect, but hopefully that doesn't happen and you get a chance to kind of get after these projects. So obviously we've got a kind of couple of projects that we've talked about in the past. Can you give us, what are the updates?
So we have in Nicaragua, we have our Porvenir project. We are advancing very quick on our PFS and are doing some basic engineering. We think that we're making some good savings on the updated PFS. We're coming down from over $250 million down to the mid 100s, over, and that project is going to be great. The other thing is that we also made a couple of discoveries around the Porvenir mine deposit, which is not only going to increase our mine life, but increase the economics of the project.
Remind us of the type of grade profile we're looking at, and what in terms of the scale of the opportunity.
So we're going to be building a plant at 2,000 ton per day plant, and that is going to be scalable to 5,000 in the future. And with these new deposits that we're also finding around the Porvenir, that expansion is probably be done sooner rather than later.
So we're high grade.
I will say that is medium grade.
Which is
is 4 or 5 grams per ton underground.
A lot of people go high grade.
And with the combination of copper, silver, and zinc.
Okay.
It's going to be a great.
Are those payable byproducts?
Yes.
They are. Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah, and we're looking at how to recover our copper concentrate first, our silver concentrate, and then recover all the precious metals, and then the zinc.
Okay. And in terms of, I say, the kind of growth component, the expansion element there as well, and how much are you throwing that in terms of dollars or meters, or however you're chasing this growth?
So in Porvenir, we know we're going to spend around between $150 and $200 million.
Okay.
But at the same time, what we're doing in our current operations, Henco plant, we're spending about $45 million to increase our capacity from 1,800 tons to 2,300 tons per day.
Yeah.
And that's going to pay back dividends very, very quick. Obviously because we process high grade from the artisanal miners, plus our own grade from our operations.
Right. When you say pay back dividends, do you mean literally?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to pay back, the investment very quick. And then obviously it's going to bring more cash to us. And we very, very soon we're going to have an operation in Nicaragua that is producing 200,000 ounces rather than the 120, 130 that we're producing.
Exceptional. So I just want to clarify, so maybe a language thing, is that when I say literally dividends, would you take the money, keep it in the company balance sheet to be able to expand through the drill bit, or would you give something back to the shareholders?
So the plan right now is that we keep paying the same dividends that we're paying right now, around $30 million,
Right, so
which the yield is going to be a lot lower because right now, as of last year, the yield was somewhere between 10 and 15%.
Yeah.
And that was because of the market capital that we had. Right now, market capital is a lot higher than that.
Understood.
So the yield is going to be less than 5%. We're going to keep it in there. And the extra money that we're getting right now, because we're getting a lot of money, we're going to invest it back in the company.
Great. I think that as a dividend, that's very, very competitive already, even if that does come off a bit. Okay, and then away from Nicaragua, what are we looking at?
So in Chile, we just bought this property, this exploration property. We already owned 20% of it. Pan American was selling that project. We had the right of first refusal, so we exercised that. We're going to be closing on that property next week, which is on the 22nd of September. Once we close, we already have some geologists that are going to go down there and start doing exploration. Summer is coming in South America, in Chile, and it's the best time to go and punch some holes and gain more confidence on what we have in there, which is 2 million ounces, and then actually expand on that.
Got it.
We're also going to start our PFS, and that way I see us, if the economics are correct, good. I see ourselves building a project there within the next 5 years.
Right, and how much did you pick that up for? What's that cost you?
$40 million.
Okay, and how did you pay it up front? Cash up front, or is it
it's going to be it's going to be cash up front.
Right. Okay.
And that's how we got that project.
Okay, and so you know it's 2 million ounces, grading at what?
Grade is low. It's a low grade deposit. It's 0.56 average grade.
Right. Okay.
But that's kind of the average. There are a lot of companies that are operating in the area. One is finishing a project, and then we have, I would say, 8 different companies that have projects going on in there.
Okay.
So it's a mining district.
Mining district with all the infrastructure, energy, and power and roads.
So there are some things that we need to build. There is roads access to there. But we have to build the infrastructure for operation.
Okay. But for now, the expenditure is purely going to be on
exploration and PFS.
Exploration. And just to be clear, what type of data have you got? Obviously, they've got 2 million ounces, so they've done a lot of groundwork, but
there was exploration done, and there is a 42101 that was not published back in 2021.
Okay.
So, and then that information, we're using that information as a start, let's say, to see where we've done exploration, where we need to expand, where we need to drill. There, apparently there are some high grades in there that we're gonna go and look for it and dig some twin holes in there to make sure that we have the ounces in there too.
And just so to manage expectations, because I've seen so many companies come through this week who've gone, maybe partly because of the high-priced gold environment, but maybe partly because they're already cash producing on various aspects of their portfolio. They have a much more aggressive outlook and time frame than maybe a first time yet to produce company. How do you treat something like this in Chile? Because obviously it's not Nicaragua, it's a whole, maybe a new team. It's going to be a whole new kind of setup. Do you just go about it conventionally, or can you advance things quickly?
I think we can advance this quickly for a couple of reasons. Chile is pro-mining. It's over 30% of the economy is mining in Chile. There is a lot of mining experience and geology experience in Chile. As we know, there are copper mines.
Are you up north or whereabouts?
We're north of, we're very close to Copiapó.
Okay.
So it's a little bit south of Antofagasta, which
I know
there
exactly
is
where you are.
a lot of mining going on in the area. So we have a lot of experience in the area. We know we are going to be able to tap into that, experience.
Oh, huge mining district, and obviously, and sounds like low altitude as well.
No, this one is high altitude.
Is it?
The operation is 4,200 meters
4,200,
elevation.
okay.
So it's actually high altitude for us.
Oh, okay. So copy post sort of down a bit lower, isn't it? 1,000, something like this. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So where are the people going to come from to do this? Surely your guys are busy in Nicaragua.
So we have a mining camp in there. Obviously, we have to expand the mining camp.
Yeah.
But the people are going to come from Copiapó, which is 120 kilometers
Yeah.
from the operation.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a mining area.
Yeah.
And we need to go down to Antofagasta. We get people from Antofagasta too. Yeah. But there is a lot of mining experience in the area.
Yeah, for sure. And have you, I know summer's coming up and you want to get going before kind of the snow's set in, but have you got a drill model that you're kind of working to, or a plan that you've kind of can articulate?
Since we're only closing on this project next week,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna get all the information, and we're gonna get the geologists in there, and let's put a budget, and let's start. Let's see what they've done in the past, and let's put them to work.
Is this all shallow?
It's shallow.
So
Yeah, it's
shallow
shallow
stuff,
deposit.
isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a lot of oxide material.
Yeah,
that
perfect.
you can start up a heap leach very quick out there.
Yeah.
Which is what one of the companies out there is doing.
I think you've got Rio 2 just up the
That
road.
is correct. That's the one that is doing it.
Okay. Alex Black. And they are, they'll be producing, if not end of this year, beginning of next.
Yeah, I think they have first gold in early 26.
Yeah. That's what they're advertising anyway. Very good. Okay, well, in terms of that kind of complete package, that's interesting. You are a producer. People are interested. You've got cash in the bank, and you're continuing to produce. People are interested. The growth story is going to come through the drill bit, which you're funded for. Anything wrong with your company?
Let's talk a little bit about Colombia. In Colombia, in the past, we used to buy all these huge pieces of equipment, these huge dredges. And what was happening, we were leaving the ore on the edges of the ponds we were mining. So we buy these smaller dredges, and we're going to be able to do more and increase mine recovery. Mining recovery, and get that. And we are going to be able to increase our production there a few thousand ounces. Now that's going to take a couple years.
Yeah.
And because we need to get the equipment, but that's a big improvement that we can actually make in Colombia.
Is that being built for you, or does they exist and you're just picking up someone else's
fleet? They're built.
Right.
Or we can get one of those that they actually built in Brazil or Colombia.
Yeah.
It's something that we need to look at the market and see, but it's an option that we have. We stopped doing exploration a few years back. We need to pick up on the exploration in Colombia, in Nicaragua, and wherever we can, so that we can fix that, and that way we can actually increase our pipeline. We're doing well now, but we can actually increase our pipeline.
Okay, so fantastic. And the other things to like are investing in that growth with the cash flow that you've got at the moment.
We need to invest in ourselves. We need to increase our mine life. Our Colombian mine life is 20 years. But our Nicaraguan mine life is a little bit lower than that. We are looking to increase that. We have 151,000 hectare land package in Nicaragua. There's a lot of high-grade gold in there that is up for discovery.
Right.
And the reason I know that is because we're getting some really high grades coming from the artisanal miners.
Interesting.
So let's go there and let's put a couple drills to work for us.
So obviously you're working extremely well with the artisanal Garimpo style mining, and you're getting a lot of information from them as well.
We're getting a lot of free information.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of high grade gold from them too, or ore. And with that way, we're getting some areas with, triple digit grams per ton, which is great.
Wow. Okay.
And
what do you do about that? How do you say, right, okay, I know where you got this from. They're artisanal, so they have certain rights, but as a mining company in Nicaragua, you have to go through a process. And do you know that some of that triple digit stuff, is that on your land package now?
It is.
You don't even need to acquire it?
Yeah, no, we have that geolocated.
Wow.
So, and it's within our land package. So we need to go and get, bring, drills back.
Yeah.
If we don't own the property, the land,
Yeah.
then, we try to negotiate, obviously, the
Sure.
land. And,
But,
or
but
if
what about in terms of the permitting and licensing? for
permitting,
you?
as you know,
Yeah.
probably, but if you don't, and that's a lot of misconception, Nicaragua is a very good jurisdiction to work. When if we don't have permits, you can go and apply for a permit, and the government is actually improving the timing of those permits.
Wow.
It's not taking shortcuts,
Yeah.
but it's improving, and because when you're bringing 150 to 200 million dollar investment, they want you.
They're paying attention.
They're paying attention.
Yeah.
They want the investment.
Yeah.
They want the employment.
And they want to work with you.
And they're providing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's how things have changed. The markets have changed. The ability to do business in Nicaragua seems to have changed as well, and obviously your fortunes have changed. Congratulations this year on all the work, all the cash, and the
Thank
share
you.
price appreciation.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Cheers.